step into the spotlight, it's the Dynasty team. Brian B. Money making all the dreams gleam. Carl Smitty Smith, watch him rise in the scene. Together they ignite, it's the ultimate scheme. Hold on tight, feel the hype, we're just getting started. Dynasty's BBS show, we're climbing to the peak. B Money and Smitty, every episode unique. Confidence high, yeah, we never stay weak. Tune in with us, learn the craft and technique.
To the left, yeah, Jacobs. To the left, Rashid. To the left, everything you own is in a box. To the left, call up that lawyer and get gone because you're not on my squad. I hate your... Let's go. That's all I got. Josh Jacobs, Rashid Rice. Man, find some help. Welcome into the Dynasty BS show. We got a new format. Sorry, we didn't get one out last week. I accidentally deleted it as I was editing it. But hope you liked the new hype video at the top. We got some nice segments that are going to be in here, some nice drops. We're reformatted. We got Smitty on this side. We got B Arms, B Money on this side. It is May 30th. We're getting at rankings. This is a two-part episode. We're going to get at it. Smitty, what's up, man? How you doing?
Dude, as I was telling you, literally right before we recorded, these ranking videos are amongst my favorite because we really get to sit here and try to come with a consensus of who we think are the wide receiver, tight end, quarterback, and running back ones and twos. So I'm actually very excited for this. I think you all should be too, because at the end of the day, if you guys don't agree with who we mentioned and how we rank them, possibly you could find value from it. So I don't know. This is going to be a great pod overall.
You know what the beautiful thing about rankings is? Everybody has a different view on players, so no one's going to agree with us. Some people will, but hey, this is ours. But listeners, hey, if you didn't listen to our ranking shows as we did this preseason last year, stay with us. This is fun. All the other podcasts, they just tell you what the rankings are, go back and forth. They never show you what's behind the scenes. That's what we do. Smitty and I are creating our rankings for this podcast while recording. We're going to talk through this. We're going to disagree, and we're going to come to a landing spot of players that we want. So it's fun. This is back-of-house stuff that you never see on podcasts, and I think it's fun. But Smitty, man, let's get at this. First thing I want to talk about here is we got a really big week, me and you, next week, and I don't know if you realize this, but these boys right here, my Arizona Diamondbacks are on an absolute heater, Smitty, and we got a 4-game series against LA starting on Monday. So we're going to see. We're either going to take a far jump back, or we're getting right in this race, dude. We are on an absolute heater. Are you, how you feeling about your Dodgers, man? They're not lighting the world up right now.
They aren't. Honestly, it's been kind of interesting because, as you know, we kicked off the season hot, right? Very hot, very exciting, except for Shohei.
You kicked it off by sweeping my Diamondbacks. That's how you open the season.
That is how we open the season. And then, I hate to say it, but from there, you guys may have cursed us or something. So we need to get we need to get it back. So this is a huge week so that we can get our mojo back and hopefully, make the city feel like we can actually three-peat, which I still don't believe in, but we'll see. It's not looking good, right now. I'm not going to lie. It's not looking good.
We'll see. Ketel Marte in a 10-game stretch has literally 14 RBIs. He's hitting 410, and Corbin Carroll's right behind him, hitting 400. They're on heaters, so good luck. But it looks like Arenado's not playing. But F this. This isn't baseball. This is football, baby. Let's get into the news. Let's talk about the troubled players out there. And you know me. I'm not going to sit here and diss it. I'm going to talk about what they need, what they do. But I opened the song with Jacobs and Rashid Rice. Let's just get into that. Rashid Rice, that did not surprise me. I've been very vocal about try to get rid of him. You don't want that player that's doing those things. That one really didn't surprise me. Josh Jacobs really surprised me this week. Did that surprise you? Like when I actually got on the feed for Sleeper, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, of all players, Josh Jacobs. It's so weird because, I mean, look, I'm not going to say he seems like an outstanding citizen. I frankly don't know and never really thought that of him, but I just one of my favorite things about him last season was, which honestly hurt a lot of people, was that he really seemed like he would do whatever it takes to be on the field. So for him to come up with all these charges completely negates that. So yeah, I'm very surprised like you were.
Yeah, it's, I'm a proven, innocent till guilty type of guy, but where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And man, it's just, I don't have Josh Jacobs on any squads. Like I'm getting lucky here. I don't have Rashi on any squads. I don't have Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Like legit. And I was actually going to start trading for Josh Jacobs, like, during camp if I know he's healthy. But now it's crazy. But how about that running back committee that they're going to run? I bet they're missing Emmanuel Wilson right now.
Goodness, they are, dude. And you know what? Honestly, if I was okay, so Marshawn Lloyd, honestly, when healthy, very functional too, who can probably show up just as much as Emmanuel Wilson did last year. The question is he healthy? Is he going to stay healthy? And we all feel like that's a strong, resounding no. So with that being the case, we got this other guy, Chris Brooks. I think that's his name. Then they got I don't know, they got a bunch of waiver wire folks, and I just really think that they should try to get Emmanuel Wilson back. Like, seriously, it's gonna look silly, but I mean, if the Jets can get back Geno, anything else can happen. So please find a way to make a deal with Seattle to get Emmanuel Wilson back, because they got Darren Price, they got Jadarian, so they're kind of good for right now. So please get Emmanuel Wilson back. You have to. He understands the role. He understands how they operate, and he did it very well.
I think that would be awesome. That'd be so weird. You're like, nah, I don't
It
want to
would.
sign you, and now I'm going to trade for you. It's going to be so weird, but I know a lot of people are talking about this, so I don't think this is going to surprise anybody on my thoughts. I think there's a running back in Arizona that's going to end up in Green Bay.
Oh,
But I'm on a different side of it. I think most of the world is saying Terminator, Connor. I'm not. I think Tyler Algier is the trade for Green Bay. Because realistically, we signed Tyler Algier to, I think it was a 2-year deal, but it was more kind of a 1-year deal. And I think he's got some really good playing time. And why not? Why not, right? Why not?
that really is the perfect solution now, honestly. That really is. And they could use the picks. They really could.
Yeah. Hell yeah, we could. And we got the most cap space. But it's going to be interesting. Is there any other running backs in the out there that you think might be on that trade block? Like I'm looking at some bad teams here. I don't know. Maybe Jonathan Brooks, because
Jonathan Brooks.
they might not need him there. Like, there's some teams that have 3 running backs, but Green Bay
Look
has
at that Jerome
keeping
Ford. Jerome Ford is, I mean, again, he is a waiver wire guy, but I mean, get him
Samson.
out of Katron Allen's way. Get him out of Rashad White's way. Get him out of, how am I forgetting Bill's name? Bill, get him out of Bill's way. I mean, just get Ford
Ever
somewhere.
forget about don't you ever forget about Bill, dude. Ever. Dude. Me and you will forever, I will always hate Cassidy for dropping Bill the night before that. And he totally got in my head. I will never listen to anybody in fantasy football again.
Oh, dang. No, but seriously though, get Jerome Ford out of there. So I think I mean, if we're talking about a cheap replacement, yeah, but they do need to figure out something and fast, because there's no way in the world with all these charges, there's no way in the world Josh Jacobs did not see a suspension.
It's happening. I mean, it's going to happen, or it's just going to linger on. It's going to be on your roster. He might be out there the first few games, and then if this settles in court or whatever it is, like, this is a player I'm not buying, dude. I'm not. We can talk about buying cheap right now. This is not my style of fantasy football. Like, me, when these players that have traditionally got in trouble and they get in trouble again, you know what I'm going to say? They're not on my squad. I don't care. I don't want a player issue that's just a ticking time bomb with a character issue in players. Like, I just don't care. I think I can replace Josh Jacobs' production with something else that isn't going to have something lingering over it the next few years. So that'll be interesting, but this is going to change. I mean, we did our pre-draft rankings. We haven't done our post-draft rankings for divisions, but this is going to change a lot of things until they get this running back room fixed. But what about Rashee Rice? We've talked a little bit about him over the off season. We were really hyped about him coming back and charges dropped and all that good stuff. But dude's in jail right now, and Smitty. When I preach, I do preach sometimes, and I did probably a 5-minute preaching on Rashee Rice 2 months ago, or no, last year when he had his 30-day suspension, or his 30 days that he had to serve. He could choose win. I just said, be a hero, go get it done, be a man. Man, he went downhill. So talk to me about Rashee. This is horrific for the Kansas City Chiefs, dude.
Yeah. This pisses me off, honestly. No, he pisses me off because when, I mean, he has to look at his situation after that freaking accident he caused in Dallas. He should have realized then that he got off crazy lenient. Like, he is on the perfect team to get such a light goodness, slipping on the words today, to get such a light penalties, get such light penalties. And so for him to not even appreciate that and go on and mess up again and it's literally just a failed drug test. Like, all he had to do was stay sober. Like, sometimes I am willing to take the bet on these players because when they're on the field, they're really productive. And my goodness, Rashee Rice was great when he came back from his suspension. But if you don't learn from what you did the first time, and he couldn't even stay sober so he can stay on the field and get a freaking extension, he's still on a rookie contract, DA. Anyways.
This is his third issue, though, not his second. This is his third.
Oh, my God, you're right.
Because that middle one was all that, like, manipulation and what he was like, what his girl was saying he was doing, which is total sociopathic control freak. And man, like that, this is 3 in 3 years of service.
Yeah.
We're going into year 4, right?
I'm fully done with him. Honestly, I do have him on a couple rosters. I do. And I'm not saying buy low or sell cheap, but he unfortunately is a hold. He is. You're not going to get what you want for him. Actually, you know what? I'm not holding him at all. I'm done. I am going to have to take the loss. I am.
I'm going to exit stage left.
To the left. Love that.
Yep. I'm telling you, man, like I liquidated all of my Rashee Rice shares, which I had a lot of him. Like I attacked him in that rookie draft in that second and third round. So I had a lot of him. As soon as he got in that car accident, he was suspended. I took my loss. I liquidated probably 5 shares of him, got probably half of what he was worth, and I'm still not looking back on that trade. Sometimes you have to take less than you want for a player because you don't want that mess. And especially if you're going for a championship, you don't want any of this lingering over you. And, you know, next part of the news is Patty, man. Patrick Mahomes back on the field. He was looking good.
Wow.
I was seeing some clips of him. Yeah, he was looking good. So, I mean, this team's Super Bowl ready always. But I don't think we can get there with Xavier Worthy, man. Like, I just don't think we can get there with him. And what would this offseason look like if this happened 3 months ago before the draft? Like, what would this look like? Because Kansas City jumped up and they got their corner and they trade up to 6, I think, 6 or 7.
Yeah, they traded up. They could have had Tyson. They totally could have had Tyson.
Yeah. Like a player like that for an NFL team is cancer. He literally, I mean, he handcuffed them to be in a bad position because of his actions when they could have his replacement on the field already, because the wide receiver is more important than a corner right now in my book, like 100%. Even if you was a Delaney or Duvernay or who's the I forget the kid's name.
Yeah, Delaney.
I only know offensive players, Smitty. That's how I roll.
No, but you smacked it. It was Delaney.
Was it? All right, I nailed it. But I think they would rather have that wide receiver. So, man, players, all I got to say to Rashi and Josh is take some time and find yourself and get a little bit of help and surround yourself with people that are actually good people steering you in the right direction, and you'll be amazed what life can do. And you know, Josh is at the tail end of his career, but Rashi Rice can still be a hero. He still can be a hero. He can put this behind him, but his actions moving forward. And the thing when these players do this to me is how they make up for this. It's not just something you're going to do the next 6 months. This is going to take 3, 4, 5 years to create your image over again. So that way people don't remember you for this.
Yes.
And Josh Gordon is a typical example. Josh Gordon could be in the Hall of Fame right now if he just didn't do drugs. And for me, Smitty, you know, I preach like the drugs, smoking weed, this and that. Like if that happens on a player, I don't care. Like, all right, you got a suspension, you got a drug pop for marijuana, cool. That's not a character issue. But when you get the pop on the drug test after all the character issue stuff, that's when it's bad. I don't know, man. It's NFL's interesting these days, but Luther Burden, I'm looking down. The hype train is officially rolling, is what my news says here. Can I put this in the BS meter? Can I BS this?
Okay, yes, because I think you are about to hate on the wrong one. I think out of all the players, I'm the most excited. Okay, so looking at looking at goodness, what's that team? Looking at Chicago, right? I feel like if Colson Loveland has been doing all of the great. He's been a really strong deep threat. He's been great in the middle of the field. And if we're talking about short area stuff, that could all be Burden. And then whatever Rome wants to do, whenever he wants to show up, I'll take whatever he does happily. But for right now, I purely love what goodness gracious, what
Chicago.
Loveland is doing everywhere, and what Burden is doing in the short area. Goodness, I am struggling today, y'all. Anyways, yeah, I feel great about Burden. I'm so happy that the hype train's on him.
So the reason I call BS on this one, Smitty, is value, hype train
Okay.
value. So I'm dropping Luther Burden in my head, and I'm just kind of thinking to myself, what is his ceiling? And the hype train's saying top 12 wide receiver ceiling. I think that's what hype train's saying. I mean, that's the projection of where he can go from the hype train. Not necessarily where he's priced right now, but the hype is saying he can get there. I don't think he can get there. I legitimately do not think he can get there because I think Cole Kmet is actually still a thing. So don't get me wrong. This isn't a Cole Kmet's better than Loveland because Loveland's going to be the target hog on that team. But Kmet is going to get his targets. This is going to be a 12, 13 personnel team. They're going to come out and they are going to run the ball with 2 or 3 tight ends on the field and smash it down your throat with Kyle Monangai. I understand Swift, but Monangai is your dog. He's going to get it done. Linebackers don't want to tackle that guy. He's aggressive. So I think the target share is the problem for Luther Burden. And I think we're in the second year hype train. First round wide receiver. You know what? He didn't do too much, like statistically a horrible year for a first round drafted wide receiver. The only one since we've been doing this podcast, Smitty, that I've said has had a really bad rookie year and I'm out was JSN. That's the only one. We go back and track all the other wide receivers that the hype train came on, didn't have a good first year. It doesn't usually turn into a top 12 wide receiver. And that's just kind of how I'm looking at this one. You know, I've got him pegged probably right now as a back end wide receiver 2, top end wide receiver for this year. So, Smitty, here's the thing. If you're that good, why aren't you on the field? Like, if you're that good, why didn't you push? I understand that DJ Moore left because you had the talent. You just didn't need the contract. That's what that was about. He didn't push DJ Moore off that field last year.
That's very true.
So if Loveland does what we think he's going to do, the target share is going to be a mess. And if I look at a 20 or 25, 30% target share for Loveland, what is that left for the other 2 wide receivers? Like, that's my thing. So,
okay.
I don't know. I'm calling BS on that a little bit. I understand it. I could look like a fool, Smitty, but I know you love the guy. I know you love him. I know we all.
I gotta be honest, you got me really good with the Kmet thing. Like that really dampened my points there. But I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, Kmet going away is just silly.
Oh man, it's we just live in a different world right now. Like, we're mimicking what everyone did last year that was successful and run the tight ends. And next year, the year after, we're going to look back and say, oh, the NFL solved that. They're doing something else now. But let's just look at some other news. I like this other news because you know me. I've been calling this revolution on the tight ends. Like, it did not surprise me where we were. This has been happening for the last 4 years, and I've been talking about it. But Brock Bowers was in the news from his coach. They were saying a little bit that his skill set is not a tight end, and they're going to utilize him in a lot of other different ways that a tight end is not used. And I think this goes back to Nick Saban before the draft when they did the interview. It's still my favorite interview ever. They asked him about all the players, and he just kept going down, and he looked at him and said, I'll tell you what, out of all these players I'm talking about, Brock Bowers is a effing problem. He's a problem. And I think that shows you that he's that Joker role. He's going to do everything. I think. I'm really excited about that. That might actually take me to tight end 1 over McBride, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
You want to talk about that? Or you want to drop that in the tight ends? Because we're doing the tight ends next week.
Okay. Yeah. We'll keep that for next week. I will say part of that is their receiving core kind of sucks in Las Vegas. Outside of Bowers, I mean, they got Trey Tucker, who I actually am quietly excited for. Yeah, Jack Besh, who I need to take a step up, and it's Taquan Thornton, is that his? No, that's
Mhm.
the chief guy. There's another Thornton out there, Deontay Thornton. Okay, yeah, I think he's still there. All I'm saying is that these guys, it's a mess out there. So they kind of need Bowers to be. They kind of need him to be a do it all type of weapon, and thank goodness he's capable.
This is uh this is the second worst receiving room in all of football, right behind the Miami Dolphins. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the Miami Dolphins, when I say Tutu Atwell might be their wide receiver one, that's where we're sitting right now. I have no idea. I mean, we got Washington there. I mean, it's kind of a mess over there. But the only person that I want this year, if redraft or if I'm going for a championship on the Raiders, is Brock Bowers. I would like to avoid everybody else. I don't think they're going to score a lot of touchdowns, is my thought with that wide receiver core. So I'm trying to avoid it a little bit, but we'll see. So we got Malik Neighbors in the news. You know, he had to
Oh,
clean up the second surgery. You know, we're kind of in limbo to as when he's going to be back. I know we've talked about this a little bit. Dynasty wise, I could not be buying more Malik Neighbors shares. He'll never be cheaper than he is right now. Like he just won't. Like he's a top five wide receiver. Like he really is. This isn't Luther Burden. Like this is Malik Neighbors.
okay, yeah, definitely better than Burden. I'm actually kind of scared that there will be another buying window, and when that happens, I hate to do this so to a player so early, but the injury prone thing is officially tagged to him in my mind. I hate it for him, but so I full on don't think he's playing week 1. 2, maybe, doubt it. 3 for sure. I just dude, I don't like this. I kind of do want to see what I can get for him. I really do.
Where do you got him?
Especially in my contending team. So I have literally one share in a contending team. We can talk actually. We can talk.
Am I in the league? What league?
You are. You are. This is no time to die.
I'm in. We'll figure it out. By the time we in a week we'll have it all laid out because I'm going for a championship there too. Bring it on. I'll take him on a championship team. I'll take him all day. I don't care. I'll pay. I'm not. You know what? We want to work something out. I'll pay fair value, dude. Period. Like I don't care, Smitty. The reality is, and I don't want to talk you out of doing this trade because I already told you this, and you already said you're willing to trade him. Is my championship teams? There are 12 teams in a league that we play in.
Hmm.
Four of them are not top teams. There's one person going for the 101, maybe someone else fighting for it in a rebuild. So take four teams out of there. I got 8 teams left. All I need to do is start off a little bit good, win some games, and then get neighbors back for my run. So that's my plan. I realize that it's going to
It's a
be
good plan.
hard because the injuries coming off of, usually they don't go ball out till the year after they recover. So I totally get that. But I'm in on neighbors. But
And now, your 2026 wide receiver rankings.
let's get these rankings going, man. We're 22 minutes into this. Let's have a little bit of fun here. Smitty, you want to start off with wide receivers or RBs?
You know what? Let's start with wide receivers because I do want to see if we can run into Mr. Neighbors sooner than later. So if we're kicking off with wide receivers, I gotta say it. Out of all the wide receivers at the top 3, top 2, top 5, I think one of them has proven, minus Jake Browning, to be quarterback proof, and that is Mr. Jamar Chase. I think he is wide receiver 1 of the league.
I mean, Smitty, I can't argue with that whatsoever.
I really thought you were about to say I
I mean,
can't do that.
I legitimately like I can't call a BS meter on this one, just because it's Jamar Chase. Like
Mhm.
it's theoretically impossible. Now, what I would say is there's another guy that I love. I love, and I'm going to put him right there. Um, JJ, Justin Jefferson. This is a Hall of Fame talent. I get it. I still think he's wide receiver one. There's some news that we have yet to talk about that I might bring up now.
Oh,
There's somebody that a coaching staff and an entire team is talking very highly of right now. And it's someone
okay.
who they have said
Yep.
learned to playbook faster than they could possibly imagine and has taken boss dog control of the offense like an elite top QB.
I am
And
so
his
proud
name
of
is
him.
Kyler Murray.
I am so
Kyler
proud of him.
Murray is going to be a godsend for Justin Jefferson. Look at what he did with DeAndre Hopkins. It doesn't matter. He's going to feed him like a dog. So I'm going to go JJ at the second here. I don't think you can argue with that. I mean,
Oh no, I
you
actually
can
don't.
definitely.
I genuinely don't want to because it. So we looked at JJ's year last year, and obviously JJ's issue was JJ McCarthy, and that was very clear for everyone involved. So without McCarthy, the dude's still a pretty good. I mean, I'm trying to think of. There was a backup quarterback in not last year but the year before, and that guy managed to utilize Justin Jefferson even better. And I'm not saying Max Brosman, it was another guy. And
It was the
if
old
that
guy. It was Carson Wentz. It's Carson Wentz, dude.
yes, thank you, dude. Thank you. It was Carson Wentz, and he managed to use JJ. And I mean, it's hard to not use JJ well. I mean, the dude's a freak, right? So I really can't argue with him at 2. At 3, though, look, I am a massive Rams fan. I could even try to argue to put this guy even at 2 or 1, but I won't. I won't. Puka Nacua has been incredible when healthy and on the field, and especially when Matthew Stafford is healthy on the field. So as long as we have MVP back there, I think Puka Nacua can have another fantastic season moving forward. And at the end of the day, he will always be on the field, barring health, because he will also block. And that is freaking useful, especially in a team that is willing to use every single tight end on the roster at the same time. So, I mean, just his usage is nuts. And he's also utilized in multiple ways too. Not only can he be used as a tight end, he can be used as a running back. I mean, the dude is just an actual freak. This guy is so awesome. I love him. And he deserves the ball. So I got him at 3. I'm not even really going to try to argue him above the other 2, but I don't want him lower, personally.
This is all tier 1 for me. This is
Ooh.
tier 1. I can argue all 3 of these guys as wide receiver 1. I can do it. And you know how this is going to play out, Smitty. We're going to do all these rankings. We're going to put Puka here at 3. And then the football season is going to start. And all football season, I'm going to text you 2 things, what I always do. Nico and Puka are like Puka's wide receiver 1 and Nico's top 5. Like every single year when I start doing it, I start texting you. You know I put Puka as wide receiver 1 when he's playing.
I really do love that, by the way.
I love Puka Nacua. And to be quite honest with you, I would actually put him as wide receiver 1 if he didn't have the off-field issues he's had. And they're the type of off-field issues that are disturbing because it's some things we don't want to talk about. But the reality is I think he's going down the right path, but I still have that. Is he going to are you surrounding yourself with the right people? So that's why I don't have him as wide receiver 1. But wide receiver 4, I have a feeling we're going to argue around here because tier 1's done. Now we're tier 2.
Oh.
And I'm looking down at Keep Trade Cut. Keep Trade Cut has Sun God as 4, Jefferson as 5, Neighbors as 6, and CD Lamb as 7. So as I look this, I'm not going to put Sun God here at 4, even though he is consistently wide receiver 3. That's just what he does every single year. People aren't going to like this, dude. And I think you might argue about this. But CD Lamb is number 4. Stop looking at his age. Stop looking at his friggin' age. I get Neighbors. Stop looking at his age. Do you have any, like when we look back the last 4 years, the guys that have won you championship is a Dak CD Stack, a healthy Christian McCaffrey, and Jamar Chase. Those are your league winners when you're looking at this. And you go get yourself a CD Lamb and Dak Stack, you're going to be just fine. You'll be like, I'm happy with him as wide receiver 4. Now, Smitty, so talk to me here. That doesn't mean we have to put him here, but that's legitimately where I think it is as I'm going for a team, going for a win. If I have a team that I don't think is going to win, I'm fine having him still at the 4 because I can liquidate this guy mid-season for a very good price if he's going to have a top five stats. So talk to me about this because I think you do want to put someone above Lamb. I actually do.
Weirdly, there is one guy who I would want to put above Lamb, but frankly, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to do it.
Who you got?
Jackson Smith and Jigba was freaking incredible, dude. He was freaking incredible last year. and that's really the only single player I'd put above CD, because I actually really love the call out. CD's certainly top 5. I do like him better than Amon-Ra, and I do like Amon-Ra being high up on the list. I do fully agree with that, but I have to show some love to Jackson Smith and Jigba. I do.
You know, I agree with you 100%. As I'm looking at this list, we were on 4, and I spaced it, man. JSN is absolutely 4. This is why we do this back of house, guys. Like, this is fun. JSN, I mean, he was wide receiver 1 last year, right?
Yeah,
Did he
yeah. And some people, honestly, and if someone wanted to argue with him being if you take him as the first receiver in a startup, I will not push back. I'll be like, this guy's savvy. Like, that's a cool move. So yeah, I'm happy that he's in the top 4. And if someone wants to put him in top 3, that's cool.
I agree. He is so damn good that your team was forced to go fix their D-backs, and they had to. I mean, you win a Super Bowl if you could just guard JSN last year. You guys could not guard this man.
To be honest, the first time you said that, I was very defensive about it. But honestly, that was true. You're so right. You're so right.
Bro, you wouldn't got the best corner in the league, paid him a ridiculous amount, and gave up a first round. When a player's that good and you force a team to do that, I am sorry, JSN. I have apologized to you so much, JSN. You are the one player I was wrong about, and I'm in. I'm totally in. So yeah, let's put him at 4. We probably can move him up, but let's keep him at 4 for right now. Who do you want as 5 here? You know,
I think he smashed it with
make the argument then CD Lamb, Neighbors.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel really good about CD Lamb right there.
Okay. I think that's ranking the order right. I apologize, listeners, for JSN. That was ridiculous. Thank you, Smitty. You are the man. So as we look at 6 here, this is where I'd like to put Neighbors. Do you feel strongly about that? Because now we're talking about the injury side of things.
We are. Honestly, we are. And okay, let me ask you this real quick. Who would you have directly behind Neighbors?
Not probably who you think, but let me just kind of roll down here.
Because if it's not who I think, which I think is Amon-Ra, I think those two are fighting right there.
I think Amon-Ra should be there.
Oh, okay. Well, look, dang, you know what's so sad? I don't even know if I want Neighbors at 6, and it fully is the injury stuff.
Son got at 6, ridiculous. He's going to be the wide receiver 3. That's what he does. And I think if we look at this, then yeah, let's drop him there because Malik Neighbors has proved he can do it.
True.
That was on a bad offense with a lot of targets. Like, we could say that, but why don't we just put someone here that's just done it his whole career, and he's still young. I mean, Ra's 26 years old. He's going to be 27 this year. So his size, his speed, the way he jukes, run routes, like, that's a guy that's going to be an elite wide receiver till he's 30. So sweet. 3 years. Boom. Let's lock it in. So let's put Sun God here, and let's put Neighbors next.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna force you to put Neighbors there next. This is where the line's drawn. He's there.
I gotta think. To be honest, my next player is actually a little ridiculous. So yeah. Neighbors being here. You know, shout out to Neighbors, man. Because you're right. Every time he is on the field, he is what we want. He is Chase, who we say is wide receiver 1. He is that exactly for New York. So I really can't argue it. I have worries. I have concerns, but at the end of the day, he is great.
I have concerns too, but I'm staring down a list of people that I don't think can have a wide receiver 1 season.
Okay.
I think Malik Neighbors can. Like, I think that's his ceiling, like true wide receiver 1. Look at what JSN did last year and just erupted. Like, he can do that. Who is next on your list? Because if I was a betting man, I'm looking at this. I think there's someone that you're thinking about putting there, and we would argue over.
Yes.
But I think you're looking at Tet. That's what I'm thinking we're not going to argue over. But the one I think we might argue over would be Drake London.
To be honest, yeah, I was thinking London at first, and I understand this is going to be so ridiculous, but I might personally like George Pickens a little bit more than those other guys. At least more than Ted. At least.
Thank you.
Oh, really? Okay, I thought I was really reaching with that. I mean, he's
Nope.
such a great offense. He really is. And when his like focus is on and he is all about the team and production, he is incredible. And without Lamb, which I'm not saying Lamb is going to be hurt this year, but if something was to happen, he is wide receiver one. This guy, George Pickens, I freaking love this guy. I really do. And I think all it took was for him to be in a proper system. Not saying that Steelers is not, but this system right here, weirdly, is great to go. So I got Pickens pretty high.
I can go with that. Look at
At 8?
Oh hell yeah, dude! I was contemplating him and Neighbors, dude. I was actually contemplating him around the 5, like stacking
shoot.
CD and him right next to each other. I just need to say this, and thank you for putting Pickett's here because I actually thought we'd argue about that because he was my next one that I was going to select. But we need to stop betting against Dak Prescott. People, like, I don't care how old Dak Prescott is. Look at what Matthew Stafford's doing. Like,
Oh
these
my
quarterbacks
goodness.
can play and at 38 years old have MVP season. Dak Prescott is always the type of player that can go get an MVP, and he just feeds his wide receivers and his tight ends. Like, I am in this year on Dallas, and I absolutely hate that.
Me
Do
too,
it.
man.
George Pickens at the 8. Like, legit. I love every single player on this damn team. Like, there's nobody I don't love at this point,
That's so
except the
true.
owner. And the
Yeah,
owner
no, that's
did
so
a
true.
gangster. The owner did a gangster, and this is what I talk about Jerry Jones. He did a gangster process trade that I would have done in fantasy football with his linebacker, and legitimately made this team so much better. And we hated when he got rid of him, hated it. But you know what? Man, this team can win a Super Bowl. This team can legitimately win a Super Bowl.
I
I'm in
was
on
gonna
Pickens.
say I can totally see Dak having a Stafford year. Like when you mentioned the age, I'm like, oh my goodness, the cards are totally like he could do this. Like the cards are in his hand. I don't know. I think one of the biggest issues last year was the drops, which is completely not Dak's fault at all. So if that gets cleaned up, oh my gosh, he really can have MVP season. So I feel great about that. I'm so happy that we got to get Pickens in the top 10 because I really do feel like I would kind of sell out for Pickens. Like just thinking about like okay, so the players we're about to mention now, we're in the London Ted Nico era right here. I would definitely try to find a way to get these guys into Pickens. I guess with the
Yep,
next one up,
there's
I kind of the next one up actually, I kind of want it to be Nico.
Thank you. I thought we were going to argue. Like, legit. I love Nico Collins. When he's healthy, he balls. He balls.
Honestly. And I really
Yeah, no, I have been accumulating Nico shares the last 6 months, like just accumulating. And look at if anyone has listened to this show, they know how I feel about CJ Stroud right now. And I think CJ Stroud's about ready to ball out. And I have been anti CJ Stroud after his rookie season. When everybody wanted the hype, oh, drafting him QB2, QB3, I'm like, why are you doing this? It just wasn't there. Now it is. I'm telling you it is. This is going to be the year. I love it. We're going Nico at 9. So 10. Let's debate this. Okay. Tet McMillan or
Yep.
Drake London. Let's talk a little bit about them. So these are now wide receiver ones, and it's crazy that we actually have a wide receiver 2 ranked at 8. That's how MVP type season that Dak could have for our rankings. But what do you want to do with Drake? This is the big question. We have much different viewpoints on Drake. I like him, you love him.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be honest, the reason I am okay with letting him fall is simply due to Tua Tagovailoa. Like when we have Michael Penix on the field, I know that he wants London to be a thing. Obviously London helps Penix and Penix needs all the help he can get. So I feel a lot safer with Penix being behind center, but it feels like Tua might take the job, which honestly is weird. It's just really weird. So I worry about Tua and his connection with London. That's starting fresh. That's starting like as we speak. That's starting to form. And I don't know if it's going to be ready by the time the season starts. So I'm worried about London becoming London. I really am. So I am willing to put McMillan above him. I am.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Smitty. I have said this
Yeah.
for a very long time. I'm 3 years in on this one. Drake London is exactly what he is. What he's been,
He is.
it's exactly what he is. Plain and simple. That's why I don't have him ranked that high. Spike week player, got the hype, but he is what he is. I don't see him being better than he is, that he's been. I think he's going to be the same guy. So let's put Tet there. Now, I would like to not even put Drake London at the 11.
Okay. Who do you have? Who do you have? I'm very excited.
Garrett
to hear
Wilson.
this.
Garrett Wilson.
Look, I do need him to be a wide receiver one. We are running out of slots for that, so frankly I can't argue it. And honestly, Geno Smith, I am starting to warm up. I am.
Thank
I'm
you.
warming up. I'm warming up.
Maybe you should warm up when I start talking about these things months before like these things happen. I have
Honestly.
so many shares of Geno Smith right now. You have no idea how many shares I've collected. I think he's going to be just fine. But here's the deal of my thought process, Smitty, is I watched the Jets legitimately do a full rebuild, like a fantasy football, like straight dumpster fire sale. And you know what they said? We're going to sell every player on this team except for Garrett Wilson, except for him.
Isn't that
This
crazy?
guy is so damn good. He is the cornerstone of the entire fucking build. Excuse my language. The entire build. They're going to utilize him. I would like to put him at 11. I'm fine if you don't want to put him there because I understand most people have him out of the top 12. He's gonna be a wide receiver one this year. He's gonna be top 12 this year, and it's gonna look better next year when they finally get even the younger QB. And I'm gonna make an argument here, Smitty. I think that there's a legitimate world that Geno Smith is the quarterback of this team next year.
Dude, that is our longest term bet we have right now. Like that. Okay, so you're right.
What is
We're
the
talking
bet?
about rookies. The bet is that you believe that Geno will be the starter in 2027. I am hyping up the quarterback class in 2027 too much. And look, I see how you feel. Like we are talking about rookies versus a vet that's been through all of it. So I get it. I just feel like the class is still special. There's still some talent there. If they want to come out, if they want to stop doing these weird gambling things, if they want to stop taking all that NIL money, stay in college, if they want to stop getting into weird mishaps and mischievous things, I think they are going to have a high pick, and they're going to have a great quarterback prospect, rather. And I feel like that prospect will be better than Geno, but honestly, I totally see your angle. I just don't fully agree.
I think they're going to be drafting next year at 18 or later.
Ooh, now that is, I think that's spicier than the Geno Smith take, actually.
I think Geno can do what Sam Darnold just did. I'm not saying the Jets are winning a Super Bowl. I'm not saying that. Don't hear what I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we look at the team, we're like, yeah, he made that team really move. And then they build around it for a year. We'll see. I don't know. That's my thought process. But all right, 11 or 12, and then we'll get on to the next one. Who do you want to put at 11? You want to put Drake London or you can put Garrett Wilson? Because I'm putting the other one at 12.
Oh, no, Garrett Wilson for sure.
All
12
right.
is what
So
I'm
you want
wondering
to
about. So I don't
What do you
really
wondering about?
want London to keep falling, but at the same time, to be honest, if Rashee Rice wasn't going through his thing, I'd put him right here, right now, signed, sealed, delivered. But this spot is open. Is there a player that you would rather have here over Drake London? Because I feel like I'm just giving it to him at this point.
You know, unless it's one of the rookies, you know.
Oh.
I mean, so I don't, you know what? I don't put the value in the rookies the way people do. You know, you got to prove it on the field. That's why we're doing these rankings. And I totally get it. But the dudes we're drafting here, these are guys that are proven on the field. And if I look at a player like Tate, I'm like, if Tate actually becomes Drake London, that's great. Exactly what Drake London's doing right now. He's done the last 3 years. That's great. Sweet.
Hopefully.
I have a solid wide receiver on my team. That's great. That's why I put Drake here. Drake's a spike player. Like we have to account to Drake being a spike player where he can go win you weeks. That's why I'd have Drake here, but I am totally fine if we put Tate or Taysom above him. Like I'm fine with that. There's nobody really I would be that passionate about putting in the top 12 right now outside of those two. Or
Okay,
three.
we could put London in there because I fully agree with you with the prove it, please. Like I would love to put Tate there, but he has to prove it. And his offense, his system sucks. Like it just historically sucks. So he may not get there. I will say this. Okay, so putting London at 12, I do want to know if so far the Chargers have yet to sign Keenan Allen, so that could be interesting for Lad. And also, I think they came out and said Emeka Ibuka might be playing all over the place, which could be pretty interesting as well. And no Mike Evans, so I wonder about those two guys as well as as well as Olave too. Like I don't know, I just feel like this 12th spot can go anywhere really. And
I
then there's
I
Smith.
I,
And then there's
I would be
Devonta Smith.
finally. I would be happy putting a big boo there.
Oh,
A big
okay,
boo
a
boo.
big boo, a big
Like
boo
I'm
at
fine with
12.
that.
Let's do
Because
that.
if these rookie wide receivers do exactly what I mean, I understand the back half of last year, but I mean, I think Emeka would have been wide receiver one in this draft class. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Second year breakout. Let's do it. Let's just put a 12 London slash a big boo
Okay,
tied.
I'm here for it. And it's going to be very fun seeing that play out throughout the season. Look, I want London to just yank this away from a big boo, but I don't know. I think a big boo situation got a little more exciting.
I've accumulated a lot of shares over time with Big Boo.
Very
You know
cool.
how I feel about that man. I'm perfectly fine. I actually would rather have him than London. I really would. Um, but that's just me. It's I don't like
I mean,
players that
there's
are
a
4 years
process trade
removed.
that could happen. I could figure something out. Yeah, I got a couple Londons, so I want to see what I can do with that.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm telling you, you could sell them high right now. I really do believe that. All right, here's our top 12, and then we're going to get into tight ends because we're only doing top 10 for tight ends. So we'll get out of here in about an hour and five. All right, we got Jamar Chase is 1, Jettas is 2, Puka Nakua is 3. That's your tier break for tier 1. We got Lamb, Sun God, Neighbors, Pickens. I'd say that's your tier for tier 2. At the 9 spot, we got Nico, Tet, Wilson, London. I think Nico is in a tier of his own there at 3, and then
Fully
Tet,
agree. Thank you
Wilson,
for saying that.
London, and a Big Boo at the 4 tier.
Dude, I fully agree. Like London, I mean, goodness. Uh, Nico, yes, definitely a tier of his own. Not quite the other guys before, but certainly not the guys below. So I love that.
Actually, I'm going to cut tier 1 off with JSN. We're going to give him his love. I
Okay.
already forgot about him on this pod. So
Okay.
we'll go
Welcome.
4. We have 4 people that could be wide receiver 1 at any given year right there. So we're good.
And now, your 2026 tight end rankings.
All right, man, let's get into these tight ends. This is fun. We'll give about 15, 20 minutes. You know, I love my tight ends, but it's boring to most people that don't play in formats like I play in. I will tell you right now, we're ranking this at 0.75 to 1 tight end premium. And I'd say let's just do 1. It doesn't matter. Those are a lot of formats. So 1 point extra PPR for tight ends or 2 tight end format. We're also talking about that. So right now, Smitty, I'm going to take first pick here. My heart is broken. I'm putting Brock Bowers as number 1.
BS meter for one reason only.
Yes, I'm
Mr.
glad.
Mr. McBride, T McBee, T McBeast can actually freaking block. And
Can Bowers not block?
you know what? I don't
I've
even,
never
you know
heard
what?
that.
I've actually just don't think he needs. Oh no, well he definitely needs to. Oh my goodness! But it's like if he's not available and free, who else are they going to throw to? And that's my issue. Now, frankly, the Cardinals have a lot of weapons. So if T McBee is blocking, shout out to Harrison, shout out to Wilson. You know, shout out to Love. So I feel like he needs to block, and I just add the blocking always. I just think that's important. Even if the
Agreed.
ball doesn't go your way, I just find that important. So that's why and then plus I think his environment is way better. I don't like it when people crap on the Cardinals environment because trust me, you wish your team had those many weapons. Honestly, you would. So shout out to the Cardinals and shout out to Team McBee. I got him at 1.
It's wild. If you think about McBride, Marv, Wilson, and Love, I think there's 31 other teams that would say, I'll just take that first, what I have, and you can have what I have. I mean, it's an elite setup.
It really is.
Which is also why I'm ranking Bowers first, is because there's nobody on the team possible to get targets. But this news about them using him even differently than they have, like, it piqued my interest a lot. And it kind of, I don't care which one of these guys I have. I'd rather have Trey McBride because I love Trey McBride. I love Brock Bowers. I don't care which one you go with. But I mean, it's 1-1, right? I mean, Trey McBride just broke records for tight ends for receptions. I don't think he's going to do that 2 years back to back. Like, you have these years that are just so damn good. And next thing you know, you catch 100 passes as opposed to 122. And everyone's like, what happened? What happened? But that's the only reason. But I'm
honestly,
fine,
the
man.
targets, the targets does sell me a bit, but dude, I'm just saying, like if you have a McBride and you want to turn him into Bowers, I think it's going to be easier the other way around. But honestly, don't even do that. Don't even.
It doesn't even matter. Like, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, you're trading hammer for hammer that are the same guy for the most part. But BS meter has been called, and I'm with it. I'm an Arizona fan. Trey McBride's going to go in 1. Brock Bowers is going to go in the 2. Yes. Now the 3 and 4 and 5 happen. Let's argue. Smitty, because I have a different order, I believe, than you have. Who do you have at the 3?
So going back to the Luther Burden discussion, I felt great about him being an awesome. I feel great about his stock rising because I really feel like Loveland is going to be the wide receiver 1 of this team. He's going to do all the one stuff that you need. Like, I know how corny that sounds, but like, seriously, he is a great deep threat. He middle of the field, awesome. And I mean, I don't want him involved in the short, but he can do that too. But just the fact that he's an awesome deep threat, and Caleb freaking loves to Hail Mary that thing. He has been really good at it lately. He at least gets 1 successful per game. And for those to go to Loveland, I mean, that would be awesome. Now, you did convince me about the Komet of it all, and that does bother me a bit. So I am gonna have to drop him to 4 because Tyler Warren does not have a Komet problem.
Tyler Warren doesn't have any problem.
He doesn't. In fact, everyone has a Warren problem, right?
Through week 12, if we had this debate, it wouldn't even be a debate, Warren versus Loveland. Not even a debate. The only reason this is a debate is because Phillip Rivers became his quarterback.
Oh, and shoot, yes.
We can say quarterback proof all you want, but when you have some 40-year-old dude that literally doesn't have the arm strength, can't throw the ball like an NFL quarterback. He was throwing the ball like an average to low NFL quarterback, which worked. It worked. But we've already seen what he does with Daniel Jones. We've already seen it. Maybe Daniel Jones isn't as good as he is, but I think he could throw the ball the same. I don't know if he can run the same, but how it breaks down to me is we don't have a nickname for Loveland yet. We sure as hell have one for Warren. Warchild Warren is in the 3 spot.
Absolutely.
And you know how I feel about both of these guys, but Loveland has the finesse game, which is It's fun. I love it. But I'm going to get the dog. I'm going to get the dude that does everything. That's like the heart and soul of the team, that like he's the enforcer on the entire field. That's Tyler Warchild Warren for me. So I like Warren at the 3.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Now you want to put Loveland at the 4, right?
Yes. Oh, 100%. 100%. Now, this one is interesting. This 4 and 5 right here, bro. I will say tier break here. Tier break here for sure. You know what? I don't know if it's a tier break because I'm going to fight for Fan in here. I think that offense has totally told the world that he is our wide receiver 1. Albeit the offense sucks. It's a whole new situation going on. But Monken did like his tight end. He got that from Harbaugh, who also likes his tight end. And Fannin proved in his rookie season that he can handle all the targets in the world, which is crazy. Which is crazy to me. So wild. So shout out to Fannin. I got him at 4. I'm sorry. I got him at 5, I think. 5.
This is where my BS meter's called.
Uh-oh.
This is where I'm calling the BS here. And we did this show already, and literally I accidentally deleted. So you know where I'm going with this, Smitty.
Yeah.
I saw an offense that 100% ran through Tucker Kraft last year, and I saw an offense that was crap after he got injured. Now, if I can make the argument here, and this is what I made on the last pod, is, and it's the same thing I looked with like neighbors in that area of who can actually have a tight end one season out of everybody here. I do think Harold Fannin might. I really do. But I do think Tucker Kraft has already proven he can. So I look at players like who is similar to Trey McBride. Tucker Kraft has a very similar game. I still think they're going to run this offense through this. And I know when we look at Tucker Kraft, I know we got rid of one of the wide receivers there. You know, I know they consolidated that down, so it looked a little bit better. I don't think that was because of the wide receiver talent. I think it was because of tight end talent. So I would like Tucker Kraft at 5. But I'm also fine putting Fannin there. If I was thinking just this year, I think Fannin should be 5. If I'm really projecting 2-3 years, I think it's Kraft. Now, you can make that determination for the 5. I'm totally cool with that because these guys are going to go 5 and 6 here. So you make the call, but I think Tucker Kraft is an absolute beast. That's my thought.
I am going to actually agree with you because, just simply put, there are changes being made in the Browns. Like, I'm hoping, just because we saw Fannin take all the targets on and succeed, I'm hoping that they are still shaping the thing around him. We do know, like, very established, LaFleur is one of our best coaches around, and that system is very Super Bowl ready, minus the running back situation. But seriously, though, I do feel a lot better about Green Bay's situation than the Browns, and that alone gets me to rank Kraft above.
Okay. But I'll tell you, man, it wouldn't surprise me if Fannin just balls this year. He's gonna be a target monster.
Hopefully.
But I think Kraft will too. But if I look at the offenses, I think there's more touchdown possibilities for Kraft with maybe a little less receptions. But all right, let's go Kraft and let's go Fannin.
Love it.
Now we're gonna see if these ranks hold true for you right now. Because who we put at the 7 last time was who I would put at the 7 here. But I think we need to make an argument for Likely or Laporta here. Laporta's already shown he can do it.
He has shown he could do it. And you're right, things are new for Likely, very new. Not saying he's a rookie, but like he's about to actually like finally be the one. I understand Laporta. In fact, Laporta really is being slept on and disrespected a lot. I am part of the crew that's doing it. I get it. Harbaugh's guy is important to me. And like honestly, I am still very concerned with the Neighbors situation. And if Neighbors is not going to play week 1, like I'm afraid he isn't, Likely's perfect. Likely's perfect. Like the way Likely starts off the season might just force him in the top 10 just because he's going to get utilized. And goodness, he really operates. I mean, he really produces when the ball is in his hand. He is kind of a yak dude. Like I do like Likely a lot, and I hate disrespecting Laporta because honestly, he is so good. But I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, I got Likely up here.
I'm with it. We've seen he can do it on the field. It's just a matter of opportunity. I'm totally with it. My only thing that I'm going to talk to listeners about here is we're ranking Sam Laporta at 8. I think there's a really good possibility, Smitty, when we do these rankings next year. I really think that Laporta has a chance of being 3 on this list.
Yeah,
that's the thing about Laporta. And if we're ranking him at 8, I think there's a major go get Laporta type trade, especially in the formats we play in. I think that would be smart. Laporta has shown he can be. He's already had a tight end 1 season. His rookie year, he was tight end 1. Like wild. And he's just had some injuries. But go buy yourself some Laporta because honestly, I would be fine. And it depends on construction. I'm going to get a damn trade offer for a team that I don't want to fucking do it on. Like a team. So I've got a team that's got 2 tight end format, 1 PPR. I've got McBride, Bowers, Warren, Loveland, and Kraft on the team. I'm not going to downgrade. I don't need to. But the reality is, in the situation, I can easily see basically process trading Warner or Loveland for Laporta. I really see a world that would be a great process trade. we just forget that offense can be so elite when it clicks.
Yeah, and I honestly see it clicking this year. I do. And plus, I think they have one of the easier schedules, which is wild. So, yeah, I feel good about that. I really don't like disrespecting him. I don't, but it just, I don't know. I feel way too great about the other players. This next spot though, dude. It's
This is why we're only doing top 10, Smitty.
I hate to say it's so ugly, dude. So I don't want to make the argument for Pitts. I don't want to do it. I frankly, I had a hard time ranking up London. Why in the F would I actually rank up Pitts? I just don't think I can. But honestly, the guys below him, tougher situation. So my single argument for Pitts is that I like him more than the players below him, and that's it. That's just it.
I like Pitts here. You go back and look at his schedule. So what? Didn't do well in some games. But I'm looking for a spike tight end player. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking for a dude that can win me a week 2 or 3 times a year. This dude can do it.
Oh, there you go.
And then we're going to throw all these other tight ends in the mix, and it's going to be like we're just getting just whatever production. But I don't think any of them have the possibility to do, what was that, 3 touchdowns, 120 plus, or whatever that game was he did.
That was crazy.
Dude, these guys behind him, I don't think they have the ability to have a game like that ever. That's just my thought process. So I'm fine with Pitts here. So funny, man, what a year does, because Pitts would have been ranked so low. Look at, the reality is 25 is a breakout year traditionally for tight ends. Trey McBride turned 25 last year and went tight end 1. Like, this is really usually, this is where Kelsey broke out. These are where the best tight ends we've ever seen break out. Their best years are 25 to 28. We're forgetting that Kyle Pitts has just turned 25 6 months ago. This could be his breakout year if it falls in line with history in 25 for breakout tight ends. There could be a chance that Pitts explodes this year. And Stefanski's their coach now, right?
Stefanski, yep. Oh my!
I believe he likes. Whoa. I believe he loves his tight ends.
Okay, yeah. All right,
and
a proven fan.
That's part of the reason I'm a little bit more down on London is I think Pitts takes a better leap than London this year.
I love that. Okay, I love that.
Who do you want at 10? Man, we're on time. We're only 1 hour and 1 today, and we're almost done.
Last time, honestly, I want to make the case for Kittle. It's just, I think his age kind of kills it. His age kills it, right?
And the injury. Can't.
All right. Well, that's very fair. So with that being said, I got 2 guys in mind. I got Arondé Gatson, and I got Jake Ferguson. We adore Ferguson's offense, and he is part of it. But when Arondé Gatson was the guy, my goodness, those were, talk about some freaking spike weeks. I mean, that guy was literally part of the offense, like in a real way. So I'm happy with either one. I think I'm going to lean Gatson, but honestly, if Njoku wasn't there, he'd probably be higher on the list.
I'm with it. I'm absolutely with it. I've had a lot of people reach out trying to get Gatson from me, and they know me. I love my God, David Njoku. I mean, there's not a bigger David Njoku fan in the world.
Probably not.
This doesn't scare me at all, owning Gadsden. I could care less if there's 2 good tight ends on a team, because guess what? Every freaking team has 2 tight ends. Some of them have 5 these days, like your team.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It doesn't scare me whatsoever in the world we're living in. This kid's 22. He's not even close to a breakout age. I am with it. All right, man, we got our top 10. Here's what we got. McBeast, Trey McBride, number 1. Brock Bowers. What did we name Brock Bowers? We gave him a nickname last week. It was
we tried to give him Brockotron because they mentioned him being like a robot.
That's it. We got Brockotron at 2. We got Warchild Warren at 3. Loveland is 4 until we get him a nickname, and then we might move him up. Tucker Kraft. Kraft is a nickname by itself at 5. Harold Fannin, we need a nickname for him. JC, we've already nicknamed likely. No one ever will know what that is but me and you. Sam Laporta at 8, Kyle Pitts at 9, and Gadsden at 10. I like these rankings. I think we did a good job here.
Yeah, again, I adore these episodes. And tune in next week to see us rank the running backs and quarterbacks. Oh, it's going to be a banger.
You know what the cool news is?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a live website for all of our listeners and our league mates that are going to have trade calculators. I've already built the whole thing. Trade calculators, rankings, everything. Finally got approved, Smitty.
Uh-oh. All right, hello, hello, hello.
Step into the spotlight, it's the Dynasty team. Brian B. Money making all the dreams gleam. Carl Smitty Smith, watch him rise in the scene. Together they ignite, it's the ultimate scheme. Hold on tight, feel the hype, we're just getting started. Dynasty's BBS show, we're climbing to the peak. B Money and Smitty, every episode unique. Confidence high, yeah, we never stay weak. Tune in with us, learn the craft and technique.